Good morning and good afternoon and good evening wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade and this is How to Open iOS. It's a special edition. Why? Because Apple have announced the Creator Studio only hours ago, and we're going to dive into the information we have, and then I'll have an opinion at the end. So let's urge. Well, here we are, and Apple have made an announcement, and it seems like a big one on the onset. Let's have a look at it and find out, pick it apart, see what it's all about, because the information is limited, right? And there's a lot of spin, and there's a lot of that stuff, because as you would expect, Apple, right? So, hello, Mark Bro, Mateusz Brakowski, what's going on? If you're watching here live, let us know in the chat. If you're watching on the replay, let us know your thoughts down in the description after the show. I am going to, for a change, do my very best to not have an opinion until the end. All right, how's that sound? We'll just shut up, not have an opinion. Let's go through the facts, and then I'll say my piece at the end. It's very early here in the morning at 6 a.m. I woke up for a toilet break. I woke up to go to the toilet at about 4:30 a.m. and saw all this hoo-ha and was like, oh, you know what? I have to get up and do a show. We still have a show coming up later in about 2 hours' time from this. So it's not going to be relevant if you're watching this on a replay, but we're looking at Techno today by Baby Audio. Yes, indeed we are. All right, Bradley, hello, Ed Zielinski, what's going on? All right, so Creator Studio, here it is. Calm down. Oh no, calm down, the excitement, the buzz. Can you feel it in the air? How much is it going to cost me? That's the question everybody asks straight away. Let's cut to it. So, all the apps you want, everywhere you need, all in one place. Craft Stories video, all the spin. It's coming in 28th of January. That is the date that they are releasing it. That's what they're telling us. That's the thing. What does it do? Well, it gives us endless creative possibilities, apparently. And not maybe because we didn't have them before. I don't know, but this seems like the suite here, so hopefully this doesn't move. Final Cut Pro, Logic Pro. Very interested to hear where this goes with the current subscription I own. Is there a pro rata? What's happening? Pixelmator Pro, which has been available. So Apple, not so long ago, acquired Pixelmator, which is a fantastic app in its own right. And they released Pixelmator Pro for Logic. It's still just as Pixelmator on iPad, but I'm guessing this is it's coming to iPad, Pixelmator Pro, which is great. Yeah, because it's really good. Pixelmator is really good in its own right, but it just doesn't have all the features. Keynote, we've already got Pages, we've already got Numbers, we've already got Freeform, we've already got. So that's a thing. Motion. Compressor, MainStage. Don't get too excited, iOS. MainStage ain't coming to iOS. Even though there was a lot of talk and jibber-jabber going around that it was eventually going to come to iOS, that's not on the cards. Unless there is a big announcement when this all happens and they go, U-turn, we're actually doing this. All right, so first, let's get this out of the way. Nothing's changing if you own the stuff. Which... is infuriating on so many levels. I'm trying so hard to bite my tongue on what I think of this company right now. Final Cut Pro. Let's talk. So we'll go here. Now, there's two places you can find information on this. Where we're looking right now, which is on the website. And then they released this doodah from the newsroom, which has all this. I've summarized all of this with ChatGPT, so we don't have to go through it later. But here we are. So Final Cut Pro gives you smarter, faster ways to craft it. Not very deep. So you're getting AI. Essentially, you're getting some AI shit. Because remember, Apple have just gone into a partnership with Google to hopefully repair their floundering, insipid bugger lugs, as Pete calls it. You know, the voice assistant that they have, the insipid voice assistant that absolutely does nothing. They drop the ball on so hardcore. Pixelmator Pro, coming to iPad, yes, please. Can I buy this just an iPad? That would be really nice. I'd really like to just buy it. That would be really, really good. But if I'm going to have to go in on a subscription, really? Okay, well, I guess so. Well, I'm going to have to anyway because I do this show. So there's that. But it's going to be like all integrated with pencil stuff. Hey, I'm down, man. I really love Pixelmator, just the normal one on iPad, and on the Mac, it's sick. Mark says, and what of those who already bought Pixelmator and Logic on Mac? Those, apparently, from what it seems, are going to continue to be a paid thing that you can download at any time. But all the questions are you going to get the updates that you're going to get with the subscriptions? Is this going to happen, or are you just going to get left in the cold? Right. Logic Pro. They've got a new logo too. New logo. It's weird. I don't get it. Logic Pro helps you produce music and perfect audio. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right. I know that. Intelligent features. So this is the difference. Keynote, pages, numbers, Freeform, these will remain free to use, but you won't get all the new intelligent features. Because remember, apparently AI is intelligent. It's not. It's just a fucking word processor. And the sooner we come together and as a fucking species, right? Sorry, there's gonna be some fucking bleed through. As soon as we come together as a species and reject the notion that AI is intelligent, the better for all of us. It's word processing at best. So you're going to get some premium content, some AI stuff, which they've gone into an agreement with Google. Obviously, right? They're going to do this. Hey, Denise, yeah, I have to be on it, right? I want to talk about it because it's going to affect me financially, and it's going to affect you financially as well too if you feel forced to buy into this. And James, what's going on, James Myers Drums? And look, hey, price point. I'm not going to go into the price yet, but look, it's a pretty fair deal, right? It's not that bad. If we were living in different times, but we're not, right? We're living in really bad times, and money is really important. So there's that. And I know you take this back 5 years ago, and I'd be like, hey, yeah, $200 Australian a year, not that bad. Now, I don't know. So AI features, that's basically it. That's what you're getting there, right? So it's going to go into more of this stuff as we go here. New subscriber, USD, $12 per month, $129 per year, and you get a free month trial to dick around, have fun. Here's my question. Students and educators, what a great price here. Am I an educator? Do I get included in this Apple? What do I have to have? I mean, I educate people on your products all the time. Do I get to pay the $29.99 a year? Or is there special rules and regulations and I have to be an actual teacher at a school? I'm guessing that's the case, but that's all right. But $2.99 for students and stuff, that's great. Yes, give students need as much of a break as possible. New devices, 3 months free. So if you buy a device straight off the rack, if you've gone into the Apple store and you've got through the mountain of confusing devices and SKU numbers and possibilities and reasons why updating the RAM from 500, the memory from 500 gig to a terabyte costs an extra nearly $300 fucking dollars. If you get through all that, guess what? You get 3 months for free. So they're giving you 3 months because you had to sit through the confusing experience of choosing a device these days. Unbelievable. Usually educators have to provide an official email at an education entity. Yeah, see, there you go. So it's not for everyone. Final Cut Pro says the ultimate video creation experience. Right, cool. They don't really go into too much of what you're getting extra, right? Is like so many questions, man. Is the iPad version going to get updated to look more like the Mac version? I don't know. There's not a lot. Oh man. So we've got Pixelmator creative imaging. Yes, Pixelmator is great. I'm really all for this. I just wish I would be able to get a copy of this without having to buy into the subscription. That would be great. So you just got to have a education email. Hello, Heath and Granny as well. Of course, we're looking at here the consumer page, right? So there's not a lot in the consumer page. Obviously, this is made for muggins who, don't really want to know the specifics. But, this is the fancy colored breakdown. So look at the new Logic Pro logo. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Hey, Shelly. Wow. I like it. Fast track to your final mix, wherever you're on the go. Yes, we know. So session players, there's nothing new here. Massive sound library. I think what they're adding into Logic on the Mac is a brand new browser. So you're able to get the new packs that are released easier, kind of how iOS is, how you don't actually have to upgrade to the latest version of Logic to get the new packs. I think they're doing that for the Mac. But does that mean if you pay for Mac, you get that as well? If you've already paid for it? Very confusing. Like, there's going to be a lot of outrage. I know there is, right? And there always is outrage, right? And outrage is great. Yeah, new synth player. So there's a new synth player in there as well. We'll get to that. Keynote, yeah, so you get all these AI things. Got answers, got questions, need stuff? Well, let's come over here to this page. So this is where all the meat is. All the stuff. Zach, what's happening? Groundbreaking, powerful, creative apps designed to work for Mac, iPad, and iPhone. Now, that's not everything, of course, because if you buy into this, you're not going to get Logic for iPhone because it don't exist. One thing that's missing from this list, and I'm sure Pete Johns is going to have something to say about this, or will he sit on the fence? There's nothing about GarageBand. Oh, GarageBand. Nothing. So then GarageBand is not included in this. Absolutely nothing to do with GarageBanding. Apparently, people who use GarageBand are not creative. That's you. If you're using it, you are not creative. You may as well give up. Download Suno. Ironically, Suno just got an update today on the same day to 1.1. I called it last year, right, guys? I called it last year. Logic, this subscription thing, there's more to this going on, right? They're going to introduce more and more AI tools, like Suno. It's coming. They've partnered with Google. Listen, oh, man. I'm saving it till the end. I'm doing my best, guys. My take. Man, they want it. They'll take your money, but they'll also take away the power for you to actually make music yourself. I'm really concerned, says Bradley, about the fact that Apple may not include updates to Logic Pro for Mac. So am I. So am I, because you know what? I had to save up money to buy that. I saved up a lot. What was it? In Australia, you see, again, for most of you not in Australia, I'm not saying it's less of a burden for prices and stuff. It feels like it's less from my perspective that you've only got to pay $129 for a subscription. I got to pay $199? What? Why? Why is that a thing? But that's a lot of money, man, to cough up at one time. I remember when I first bought Logic on Mac, don't have all the money in the world. And it was like $300 and odd. I had to save up for it. I actually borrowed money from a friend and then paid them back. It is what it is, man. Money's not something we all have. Also, Studio One just became Fender Studio 8. Yeah. And look, Reason just got bought by a Lander, and there's a whole lot of acquisitions and stuff going on at the moment. Look, we all know in the world at the moment, the big companies kind of starting to go, I think they're on to us. Let's just buy each other out and just really widen that gap of very few companies own everything, right? Control. That's what's going on. So here we go. Anyway, let's get back to this. Yeah. Editing, fancy stuff. Final Cut Pro introduces exceptional new video editing tools and intelligent features for Mac and iPad to improve the efficiency of the most complex workflows. For the first time, Pixelmator Pro coming to iPad with unique crafted experience optimized for Touch and Apple Pencil. So it's not the same thing. It's going to be a different looking version to be much like Logic is GarageBand Pro. Music creation with Logic Pro for iPad introduces more intelligent features like Synth Player and Chord ID. Very welcome. I'm just saying it. Give me Synth Player and Chord ID. I want to know what happens to my current Logic subscription. Do I still get all of that with my current Logic subscription? Or do I have to update to the Creator subscription to get that stuff? Because look, they haven't been very good with the updates and the subscription stuff so far. I've been paying for Logic for 3 years? And it's a bit like tumbleweeds coming through because they promised the earth when they said, we're going to do all this stuff, and they really haven't come through. But in saying that, Chord ID, give me Chord ID. It's kind of already in there, right? Chord ID. Because you can do it by like playing MIDI notes, like if you put scalar in there and stuff and then play the chords, it recognizes the chord. So it's the ability is already in there. So it's not really a new tech they're putting in. It's kind of already built in. They probably just made a little button now that you can do it, right? In saying that, Synth Player, the tech's already there, right? They've already got drummer, they've already got the piano player. It's an extension of piano player. It's not too much is new under the sun, but it sounds like fun. I'm down for it. Hey, give me a synth player. I'm cool. Would have preferred a guitar player. You know what I'd really like? I'd really like Apple to listen to us. That would be awesome, man. How about listening to us? I'm just surprised they didn't give us an 808 creation station, right? Because that would have been perfect. Wouldn't that have been good, eh? Another 808 would have been fucking brilliant. Bundle wars, Apple, Microsoft, streaming services, cable. Look, that's it. They're all just trying to buy your fucking dollar, aren't they? I'm trying not to swear today, but, you know, it's irritating. It's irritating. They want you to pay for as many incidental things as you don't use as possible. Look, it is true. And this isn't just Apple. We can't like just single out Apple and say that it's everybody. This is the thing. It's a runaway train, this subscription thing. It's just everybody's seeing, hey, there's some money in this. Because you know what? Do you know how much money companies make out of people forgetting about subscriptions? That's where the real dollars are, right? There's us who really use the stuff and pay the money, and that's all cool. But there's a lot of big ticket money in people forgetting to turn off subscriptions and going, I just let it go through. I've heard conversations with my friend Bradley and his mum constantly, right? Saying, I got charged for that thing again. I'll sort it out next month. There's an economy there for a failed to close subscriptions, right? You're still in bed. I wish I was still in bed too, Zach. Absolutely wish I was still in bed. It's 6:20 a.m. here. But it is what it is, right? Got to work. So, giving back. So we've got the Pixelmator Pro. Logic Pro says, yes, write and produce popular music, great stuff. Keynote pages. You're probably not even going to use it. Does anybody use Keynote and Pages a lot? I use Pages, right? A lot. Am I going to benefit from the AI features? No, I'm never going to use them, right? That's it. I specifically open things to write things, right? And I've already paid for ChatGPT and Gemini. I don't need any more subscriptions, but here we are. Studio subscribers can be more expressive now with new premium content and intelligent features across Mac, iPad, and iPhone. That's great. So here's the price again. Apple Creator Studio beginning January 28, which is the 29th here in Australia, $12.99 per month, first month free, $129 per year. I don't know how this works with the current. Listen, it makes sense, or does it, right? Because Final Cut and Logic, if you're already paying for them on iOS, and in Australia, it's $60 for both of them a year. So it's $120. I'm just talking Australian price here. It's similar, right? You'll get where I'm going. Then $199, and I'm still getting those two for $199, so it's about $120. And then I'm getting on top of that the photo, Pixelmator, and the other shit that I don't fucking need. There seems like a bit of money left over there that I shouldn't. An a la carte thing would have been good too. Give us the choice of the things I'd like to choose and put in that little list of subscriptions. How about something like that? Here's an idea, Apple. How about thinking outside the box and being the company you used to be and coming up with something like that, an a la carte subscription. Pick and choose the things that you will get the most usage out of. Now, in saying that, remember, I'm forgetting that you're getting the Mac versions of these as well, right? But I already own them. I already own them. So how does it work? I don't know, man. I don't know. The value's there if you don't own any of this stuff. But if you already own it, so I can see that. Herbs, what's going on? Dave Bops. So we have to be fair, right? If you're coming into iOS or into the Apple ecosystem for the first time, there's a lot of value there for that. That's a lot of value, right? If you've got a Mac and an iPad, kudos. But for us, some of us who've spent the money and bought this stuff and own this stuff already, does it just mean that now Logic just on my Mac will just sit there and just collect dust while I'm using this new version? What is it? Yeah. Own nothing, choose nothing. I know this is the way we're going. That's what we want. But, look, there's arguments for and against that, right? Because you hear the saying all the time, you can't take it to the grave with you, can you? Right? That's true, right? What are you going to do? I'm going to take my Logic Pro with me to the coffin. But I at the same time, I'm with it. I'm just, Apple Creator Studio is great value, says Apple. Great value. Enables creators of all types to pursue their craft and grow their skills by providing easy access to the most powerful and intuitive tools. For video editing, I've already got them. All leveled up with the advantage of intelligent tools, augmented accelerator flows, says Eddie Q. Eddie Q, what are you doing, dude? You're one of the old school dudes. You're one of the ones left who hasn't packed their bags and fucked off to Google. There's a reason why Apple's actually having to go to Google and grovel on their knees. Help us with our voice assistant, please. I'll tell you why. Because everybody left. Now we're getting to it. Because everybody left. Because the innovation at Apple is it's nowhere. It's gone. It's gone. It's literally left. Tim Cook has got to the end of his list of Steve Jobs things. Oh no. What do we do? Let's continue because I'll have the final spray at the end, man. There's never been a more flexible and accessible way to get started with such powerful collection. Yes. Final Cut Pro for Mac and iPad empowers content creators. The question is, if this is all bundled together, is there going to be some kind of major update to the iPad version of Final Cut Pro? Because at the moment, transferring stuff between iPad and Mac version of Final Cut Pro is dog shit. Same as Logic. It's way not perfect. It's got caveats. It's a little bit of this. Oh, you can go take it this way, but you can only take it this way. There's special rules involved. If you're going to create a universal creator package kind of thing, shouldn't this all just work together? Like really, 100%. This iPad that I have here, this thing is more powerful than most computers out these days, right? And this is just an M2, and it's so fucking powerful. It can handle it, right? I mean, are we going to get to that point? I don't know. Apple have been riding the wave of Steve Jobs for years. All the things are in place. It's true. They've run out. They ran out ages ago, Ed. Those ideas dried up, right? So one-time purchase, Mac users and Apple Creator Studio subscribers can experience blazing fast performance with Apple Silicon. That's all great, but how is it going to work together with my iPad? Like that looks the same. And here's the question. I'm guessing this is the way it's going to go. Looking at this photo here, I'm guessing the way it's going to go is the new versions of Logic and which we've predicted for ages, of Logic and Final Cut are going to be dumbed down iOS versions. And you are going to have the decision to keep using the original, like more, I don't know, man. It just seems very odd stuff. With transcript search, so here's what we can do. Here's the extra stuff. So you've got transcript searching on Mac and iPad. That's what they're adding. So you can find the perfect soundbite in your hours of video. That's a really great tool. There's no denying that's a good tool. But is it worth the amount of money and the amount of disruption to your already normal workflow for cost and all this kind of stuff, and now balancing how you're going to pay and what is that worth it? Is it? We don't know. Video podcast, so you can find stuff in your podcast really easy for interviews, all that stuff. It's going to be great, right? Eliminating time spent skimming through footage looking for a specific clip. Okay, that's cool. Final Cut Pro for Mac makes editing video to the rhythm of music fast and fun with beat detection. So that's the other new thing they're adding to this, beat detection. Hey, that's kind of cool. I got to admit, doing Walk With Me, even though I don't use Final Cut Pro on my iPad, I use LumaFusion. I would love beat detection in LumaFusion because I try and match my clips up to the beat of the music that I'm putting through. So that works. That would be something really cool. But here it is. AI. So basically, to cut through the shit, everything that you're getting is just AI stuff. Because they've just made a partnership deal with Google. Remember the shit that we've gone through? If you're a long-time iOS user, remember when we had to forfeit the YouTube app on iOS because of the war that Apple went to with Google, and then we lost Maps, and then we had to deal with Apple Maps for it took like 2 years for it to actually get good. And now they're just with them again because why? Reasons? Well, the reason is everybody left Apple. All their really cool engineers left, and they went to companies like OpenAI. They went to Google, who are far ahead of what anything Apple's doing because they're too busy being fucking inclusive. I hate saying it, but boy, oh boy. Logic Pro instantly analyze your music track and display a beat grid. So users creating fast videos, look, that's a cool thing. You can't deny that's a really cool thing. The montage maker for Final Cut Pro, I don't know, man. Whenever I see Apple talk about these kind of things in their software, like we're going to take a bunch of your photos and make a bunch of collection of holiday snaps. The thing is, what irritates me with this stuff is that most of us are struggling to even fucking survive each month. Financially, groceries and rent and all this, we can't afford to go to a fancy holiday on Barbados where we're all on a boat, happy, drinking fucking endless fucking cocktails. And we just have all our photos all organized and we can just press a button and AI montage maker makes it. Look where we're with all our multicultural friends, where every one of our friends, one of them's Chinese, one of them's trans. Like, it's fucking not realistic. Sorry. So these features, you know what happens? They never get used. Apple are living in this fanciful land, right? This fanciful fucking reality that we've all got a different friend who's a different nationality, and we can all afford to go on magical trips to Bali and dance around on the sand and just have these perfect fucking photo moments, right? And then just put them together with their one press of a button. They are living in a fantasy land. They have become so fucking detached from what is going on in the real world that Tim Cook literally licking Donald Trump's ass, giving him a gold statue going, oh, please don't. And this is a guy, right, please, sir. They are literally tone deaf. Literally. And this stuff proves it, right? I don't give a shit about this. Nobody's going to use this. You know what? This will be a feature that in a year will be gone. This is Tim Cook's Apple. It really is. I'm sorry I'm cutting into all this shit and getting pissed off because it's not right, man. It's give us what we want. Treat us like fucking creators. I don't know if Apple realize this. We're currently in a war against AI generative music. Musicians are feeling it's not enough that creators are feeling like imposter syndrome is at a high because we've got this group of people that are just generating shit, filling up streaming services with all this garbage music. And they used to be about creators, right? And I don't know if this is really about creators or it's just about like locking you into some money. Right? This is the Saint Anger. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. What have I done there? This is the Saint Anger of Apple's releases. You're damn right. It so is. Apple Creator Studio unlocks full access to motion and powerful graphics and this stuff. Hey, look, all this stuff's great. It's great. I love it. Cool. All this stuff, good stuff. Compressor, which integrates Final Cut with and motion seamlessly, 3D, 2D effects, all this kind of stuff. Bring it on. That's really cool. Taking music creation next level. We're looking at Logic now, and obviously the pictures between Logic and Logic on iPad look like there's no update. And this all looks normal. New lineup supports musical artists, helps creators deliver original music, video for their video content as Apple Creator Studio one-time purchase. Hang on. For video content as an Apple Creator subscriber or one-time purchase music user. The new tools are sophisticated. So does that mean that it works for, you're going to get all these ones for the one-time purchase? I would hope so. Please prove me wrong, Apple. I really hope so. I really hope you continue to give all the same stuff that is for the subscriber thing to people who have paid. A time will tell. Synth player, there we go, delivering incredible electronic music performances with a diverse range of chordal and synth-based parts. Nice. All powered by AI and the advanced software instrument technology of Logic Pro. Using synth player, having access to skilled synthesis. That's nice. Great. We've got a synth player. Thank you very much. Add that in. All works good. Audio units, all fantastic. Wicked. Tapping into the power of AI, Chord ID becomes a personal music theory expert by turning any audio or MIDI recording into a ready-to-use chord progression. Okay. Tad early, got to keep up with the news because Apple want money from us. And they want to make things difficult, and they're tone deaf. But here we are. So, look, this is great. This is a really cool thing. But the questions are coming. I've already seen the questions. Is this going to come to Logic Pro for paid users? For already owned users? It's Coldacre who owns Logic. Is he going to get it? Right? It is. But I said that earlier, right? So this tech's already kind of in there. Yeah. There you go. Chord ID. New sound library. So you're basically getting now for Mac the same library as what you get with the iPad, right? So this same looking library to install the packs and stuff. But again, it says the new library for Logic Pro Mac delivers packs, producer packs. And because, yeah, look, this is a problem. This has been a problem for Mac. You've had to update the entire Logic to get the new sound packs. And that's really old, outdated system. You shouldn't have to do that. It should have a built-in browser to just download the packs. But is it coming to the paid users? I want to know. I fucking want to know. Hey, I want to know. Logic for iPad also presents music. Understanding. Yes. Sound browser helps. So we've already got that. No tags, no filters required. AI-based awareness, the massive collection of loops. So they're putting in a search thing. Is that what that is? Apple Creator Studio. So that's it. That there's no mention of anything else. So yeah, they're not adding like flex time or anything to Logic. So nothing coming there, right? MainStage. So everybody who was like predicting that MainStage was coming to iPad. Sorry, not happening. It's staying on the Mac. That's it. There you go. Creative imaging. So here's the other thing. This is great. I have wanted Pixelmator Pro on iPad for the longest time. So give us this. I guess we're going to see it when it comes out. It looks, it's going to be good because Pixelmator Pro on Mac's really, really good. The shitty Pixelmator that is on iOS at the moment is pretty bland. So it's a great update. I would have loved to have had the option to buy this because I would have bought it. I would have bought it. Hugh Caldwell, hello to you. Supercharge your visual productivity. Right. So there's a whole lot of really good stuff in this, right? Now, I can see where, this is cool. The Apple are trying to come in and compete with Photoshop. It virtually is Photoshop, Mateusz. So if you've ever seen, let me see if I can open Pixelmator. So, Pixelmator's had, there's been a Pixelmator here on iOS for the longest time where you can open up an image. It's very bland. You've got a range and color fills and selecting and cropping and retouching and all this kind of stuff. It's very old school, but I still use it a fair bit just to do certain things. It does some things really well, right? So I still use it for some things, but we're getting it for iPad, so that's cool. But the question is, can I buy it as well as an individual download, or do I have to essentially pay $200 a fucking year just to get that included? I don't know. Don't know, man. So I guess we are going to find out, right, as time goes on. So we're going through the prices. Let's. I've got a summary here. All right, we're time to have a spray. Let's do it. Shall I unload? I don't want to make this negative, right? I don't want to be negative. I'm a big Apple fan. I still am an Apple fan. But they're not making it easy, right? They're totally changing the model of what this was about. You saw the prices for each app. I don't know. I haven't seen anywhere that it actually said you can do that. So, all right. Let's just do a breakdown. Let's point by point. What is it? Apple have announced Apple Creator Studio. It's a subscription. It combines its top creative applications into one package. It's designed for video editing, music production, creative imaging, and visual productivity across Mac, iPad, and iPhone. And iPhone, not so much, because some things don't work on iPhone, like Logic. The goal, I guess, it's to put the power in creators' hands. That's Apple's spin. Final Cut Pro for Mac and iPad, you get in it. You get Logic Pro for Mac and iPad. You get Pixelmator Pro for Mac and iOS. You get Motion and Compressor, so motion graphics and export tools to integrate with Final Cut Pro. MainStage you get for Mac. And I think motion and compressors only for Mac as well too. There you go. Keynote, pages, numbers, stuff you already get some AI features. New intelligent features. Final Cut Pro gets transcript search, visual search, beat detection, and montage maker for all your fancy photos. For when you're out on, the next time you're out on a boat and all your friends who are individually a different race and a different gender, and you're all wearing boat shorts and boat shoes, and you're all sipping the most expensive alcohol, taking the most perfect photos, you now can use Montage Maker to get those perfect photos with all your perfect friends perfect. Because we live in a perfect world, according to Apple, and we're all rich. They are so out of touch. I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks now. Logic gives you synth player, chord ID, music understanding, natural language search, sound library. Yeah. Yeah, look, you get a lot for the money. As I said, though, if you're starting from ground zero, if you're coming into this new, hey, get on it. This is a bargain. If you already have purchased a whole bunch of this stuff, not really going to help. Right, Pixelmator. I really hope there's an option to buy it by itself. Or that's really shit. It comes for iPad. It's already on Mac. Touch editing stuff similar to Photoshop. Yeah, look, that's it. But it's not. Again, if you already own it, it's a different situation. We can go over that 1,000,001 times. Price $12.99, $129 a year. Australia, different, $19 a month or $199 a year. So there's that, right? Here's one good thing: family sharing. If you've got a family sharing account, 6 people can share access. So some people are going to be better off if they've got a family, and you just take the money out of your kids' pocket money. One-time purchase options remain for each. Here we go. It says one-time purchase options for each app remain available on the Mac App Store. That's for Mac. I don't know about iOS. All right. If you're here for the last bit of this show, here we are. Are you ready? Are you ready to grab your ankles? Because I'm not going to hold back. So if you don't want to hear this, hi, Mr. Smith, probably fuck off now, right? I've tried to go through this and be as fair as possible, but I'm just going to say it how I call it, how I see it. And my opinion's not for everybody, right? Remember, it's just my opinion. And everybody's got opinions, just like assholes, and we all shit, bleed, and breathe. Apple have absolutely lost their direction. They have become a bunch of rich, conceited fuckwits who are out of touch with reality. Tim Cook has got to the end of his list of Steve Jobs things to do. All of their engineers have fucked off from the company and joined other companies like OpenAI, fucking Google. And there's proof in this, right, by the amount of uninnovation. iOS 26, the most groundbreaking iOS in history. So groundbreaking that they are still refining this ridiculous notion that this looks good. This looks good going over a white background. Glass, that was the seller. That was the big thing for iOS 26. Every update, they refine it, completely change it over and over again. Why? Because no matter what they do, it looks shit. On paper, right, and on fancy like videos, it looks really nice. Wow, how good is that? That looks really good. Practically, using this, it's shit. It only works with certain wallpapers. It is not. Listen, when you release features, they have to have fucking benefits. That's the way Apple used to run. The way Apple used to run was, here's a thing, and here's how it benefits you, and here's how you will get the most. Here's a thing, and look at this disabled person who's getting incredible power, empowerment from using this thing. It used to be about that. And when Tim Cook took over, he had it easy for a long time because he sat there and was running off these constant. They had plenty of time, right, with Steve Jobs to get a whole lot of his ideas and stuff down on paper so they could keep running with it. But now that that sheet has run out, here we are at the place where Tim Cook is just like, I'm just a fucking, my main job is I just know how to shift units. And it's very apparent, right? It's very apparent because there's no ideas. There's just a ridiculous amount of model SKUs and shit like glass as a feature. It's ugly as fuck. It's unmanageable. It's gross. And this proves, right, once again, how out of touch Apple are. Now, they've just signed a deal with Google. They've had to go back. They've had to backstep and admit that they can't fix their voice assistant. Their AI is shit. And listen, what I would have preferred, what I would love to see from Apple is one company to have the balls. And you know what? They started to do it. They released a paper a while ago, Apple, saying how shit AI was and how it's not what people think it is, because it's fucking not. It's not intelligent, right? It's being used against people to steal the ability to create art, right? You take away the art from the people and the people have nothing to fight back with, right? Art is the outlet to rebel, to express and do all of this stuff. And Apple have lost their fucking way on this. They should have gone, you know what? We don't want to do AI. We want to empower our creators to continue to make music, to make video, to express themselves the way they used to at Keynotes, right? The way they used to come out and go, look at the things people are doing with our technology. Look what they're doing. They used to be proud of that. Tim Cook is a bootlicking bitch. That's all. I don't give a fuck, man. People can get upset over my views over this. He's a gay man who went and gave a fucking homophobic orange piece of shit a little gold trophy licking the boot like a bitch. Please don't make our devices more expensive. Their whole, right? And they can sit there till the cows come home and go, but we're making server farms. You know, we're looking after the environment. If at the end of the day, right, you've thrown all your core values out the window, you've thrown all of them out the window, what's left? Now you're just a faceless, shitty corporation like Google and all the rest of them, right? Your whole ideology was about thinking different. And now this is thinking exactly the fucking same as everybody else. You know it, Sam. I know your thoughts on this shit. And I know this is the quiet part out loud. But hey, we're living in that world at the moment, aren't we? We're living in the world where Donald Trump can just say, I'm just going to murder people. So fuck it. Why not? I'll just do it too. Right? Why not? Apple have lost all their direction. Tim Cook needs to go. And they need to get in some engineers who are passionate about the product, right? Because I'm still a believer in the product. I use it every fucking day. I'm locked into the fucking thing. And I love it. I want to praise the shit out of it because this in front of me, if I get the right camera, this is amazing. This technology still blows my mind. It's a fucking piece of glass. It's like this thick. And I can do virtually everything on it. But they won't let me. They'll charge me $3,500 in Australia for it, right? I have to save up so much. I basically run a YouTube channel so focused on this stuff that I love it so much. And this is why I'm passionate about it. You're not going to get this anywhere else, folks, on fucking YouTube. You're going to get the fucking ass-licking cunts going, Apple going to release this, and I love Apple, and I hope they give me something, because they're fucking bootlickers as well, too. This is about the battle that's going on about creativity at the moment. People are trying to take away your ability to create. We've got a subsect of subhumans out there who are sitting there prompting their little asses off, signing up to DistroKid, a sponsor of this channel who I love very, very much, who are stealing our music, and Apple are going to turn around and bootlick to fucking AI as well and go, here's some tools, AI. This will keep you happy. Just join a subscription. Not good enough, mate. Not good enough, Apple. This is infuriating. It's really infuriating. And you know what? I'm going to keep using the stuff because here's the good thing. I can use it the way I fucking want. I don't have to sign up to this. Well, I have to because I do this channel. So I'm kind of stuck into doing it. But that's the thing. You got me sitting here. I'll sign up to it. I'll pay the fucking money. You can see my experience. See how we go. You see my experience every day using iOS 26 and this gaudy fucking benefit-filled feature of ugly tiles and animations that slow everything the fuck down. Good God. They really are out of touch. And that's the biggest problem with Apple at the moment. They are completely and utterly out of touch with what is going on in the world. And in the world, there's a lot of people at the moment upset. There's fucking... Look around, man. People getting shot in the head for just... We got crazy shit going on, man, and not everybody's got this. We're not all doing this, man. We're not all tay-tay on Instagram, flicking around fake money. The other thing too, lastly, let's talk about this. I'm disgusted in Apple's treatment of accessibility. The pride of Apple used to be their accessibility features. And they've just let it go completely. They've just botched it. And this is what has happened since COVID, right? Since no more keynotes where they sit there and actually tell us the things we can make with this stuff. Here's what you can do with it. They got pulled into the spec bullshit of like, guess how much RAM it's got. I don't give a fuck how much RAM it's got. I do care just for the number, but I want you to tell me what I can do with it. I want you to inspire me. Give me stuff that inspires me. Give me products that inspire me. Right? So, what's Denise asked? And it'll still be here. They said some of the AI features, yeah, a lot of the stuff, everything's going to work. There's just you're not going to get the AI stuff. But this is how tone deaf they are. If they think that, I don't know, man. The Joe Blow's not looking for AI in their phone. It's not working, guys. It's actually, if you go and look at the statistics of AI, the companies that have adopted AI to integrate into their business, thinking that this was going to be the next thing that changes the workflow and the way they do business, they're dropping off because it's not what people thought it was going to be. It hasn't turned out that way. And this is why we're being bombarded with AI for creativity. Because the things it is working at is stealing the drive for people to be creative, giving people, and let's not forget, AI has been an amazing thing for propaganda. That's the greatest thing AI is achieving at the moment, propaganda. Hate me, love me, I don't give a shit, right? I fucking guarantee you on this channel, I will always call it as it fucking is, and I will never change. That is why this channel will never grow at the rate that many others do. Because I will not lick corporate bullshit ass. Anyway, here we are. You think Apple needs to see this? They couldn't handle this. Samuel, I used to work for Apple, right? I used to work for Apple as a genius in their Genius Bar. I know how they work backstage. I know that their staff, the majority of their staff, are fundamentalist Christians. And that's why they're easy to hire, because they're like, hey, yes, we'll do anything. I worked there, man. Just some fucking weird people who work at Apple. It's very strange. Very strange. You have to fucking dance around like a goddamn and be fake happy, right? And they didn't like me when I worked there. And they won't like me now. You'll never see me getting free stuff from Apple. But at the same time, look, everyone needs to be put into place, right? I think there are people at Apple that know this, right? Because if anybody's worked in a corporation, you know, right? There's people who have been there a long time and know and see the changes with the way the corporate day-to-day rolls. And they know this and they're powerless. What are they going to do? But Tim Cook has always been a man who's supply chain, and this shows it, right? And I'm telling you, man, they're going to spin it like this. They're going to have a presentation and somebody's going to come on who's won race and wearing fucking pastel colors with fucking 3/4 boat pants and shoes. And then they're going to cut to a Chinese person, and then it'll go to a trans person, and it's all inclusive. And I don't give a fuck, man. I'm so tired of it. Listen, I want to be included as much as the next person. I'm a trans person. I fucking cop hate all the time. But listen, I don't want it in my fucking products. I just want to make fucking music and have a good time. Right? I don't want to pay the fucking earth for it. Happy days. Okay? All right. There you go. If you watched the first half of this, hopefully you got some information. If you watch the second half of this and you think I'm an asshole, or you don't agree with me, or you do agree with me, that's cool, man. Sound off. Yell at me. Call me an asshole in the comments. I don't really care anymore. I get called out all the time. This is the world we live in. We live in rage bait world where everybody wants to hate each other. You watched the best half. Oh, thanks. If you think this was the best half, hit the like. Look, I'll be back in about an hour's time. I've got Leela up next. I'm going to dump you over there, but I will be back in about an hour's time to talk about something really good. How's that? Techno by Baby Audio. This thing's heaps of fun, man. What a cool little drum synth. And I'm telling you, man, if you hear people going, but it's not good enough, don't fucking buy it. I'm so over it. I'm so over it, man. If you don't like the app, you don't think it's good, don't fucking buy it, okay? Move on. Off you go. Because guess what? There's another 100 drum apps. But I'm telling you, it's a nice app and it makes cool sounds. Wicked. Let's go. Right? Whatever. Like the things that you like. Do the things that make you happy. I tell you what we got to stop doing. Stop shitting on everybody's parade. When somebody likes something, go over there. But have a go at corporations as much as you can, man, because we got to keep them in check. Because they're, I'll put one in. Because they're a bunch of we had to have one beep, didn't we? So this show's going to get demonetized. It's all good. Love you loads. We'll see you over at Leela's, where I'll dump you directly there. I'll be back in an hour, and off we go. So Windows 11, yeah, dude, I said this, man, at the start. I'm not changing what I use, right? I use what I use. I just want Apple to fucking sort it, man. Sort it. Come on. Let's get back to basics. Anyway, I've talked enough. Do the things that make you happy. Let's go.